We are now.
Well, ain't got no music queued up. Hey, we might need to move this thing too, so we can hear you a little bit there.
Yeah, I think it'll hear me anywhere I go.
Well, I'm Daryl.
I'm Sean, and Tracy will be joining us shortly.
Yeah, he's in the back there. He's talking to a fellow about the track chair. I didn't lock the front door, Sean.
Yeah,
So
that
it might dangola on us tonight. Don't really feel like going and doing it. We already sit down. So if you're watching us on YouTube or you're looking at a Facebook feed or whatnot, if you'll go over to www.gunchannels.com/Andalusia Armory, you can find us there and listen to us there. You can sign up, you can chat with us, and we'll take your messages. Yeah, man. YouTube's been kind of doing that with Internet Explorer lately, Sean. Green screen it like that.
That ain't Internet Explorer. That's Chrome.
Is it?
Yeah.
Refresh it and see what goes on with it.
That's weird.
That's very weird.
Yeah.
It's got a watermark down there in the bottom.
Well, that's our icon for
for the page.
But it's also our icon for our
gun channels. Or that thing.
Our Google Hangouts thing.
Gotcha.
We're showing up on the feed here though.
Yeah, I think it's just that. You sure that's not on Internet Explorer? I don't know, man. No, I guess somebody would already be telling us they couldn't see us first, right?
Yeah.
Looks like the feed on YouTube, the chat feed on YouTube, doesn't appear to be working either, huh?
I'm not seeing anything over there. There's usually 2 or 3 people over there watching it from YouTube.
Yeah, well, and, I can see a few people. If you're on, if you're watching from YouTube, won't you send us a message on there?
Everything's feeding through good. I'm watching the feed from the embedded link on Gun Channels. Fine.
Well, send us a message there on the YouTube if you don't mind, right there in the right-hand corner beside the video. Matter of fact, Sean, you want to leave one there?
Yeah.
They can leave us one back. We've been talking about a bunch of interesting stuff today. I think we should have kept that survival situation talk for the show tonight.
Yeah, we should have. I mean, I was planning on doing a like a prepping show at some point.
Yeah.
And I was going to do it this week, but it got up late, so I didn't have time to gather my stuff together. Which that's a mark of a real prepper there.
Yeah.
But
there's real world situations here, right?
I mean, I got my go bag and shit in the truck, but I was gonna bring one of my bug out bags and shit like that with me too. I forgot.
My go bag is spread all over the place. How about that?
Well, I keep that one in the truck. I keep it
I got one in the truck too.
And then in addition to that, people talk about making all these bags for their vehicle or whatever. And it's like half of that shit that's in your bag is stuff that's already in my truck anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's like a rudimentary tool set. Some crap that you got in there that you could work on your truck if you needed to.
Mm-hmm.
If I needed to, take apart half my damn engine, if you had to unstop a carburetor or change out a battery or something like that, then you got a few tools that you work with, not a whole big set.
Yeah.
Just a few tools that'll fit most things on your truck.
Well, I think a lot of that stuff is if they get in an emergency situation, they just want to grab a bag and go. But you don't need jumper cables in your go bag.
It's in my truck though.
Yeah, it's already there.
Something might go wrong with my truck. People put this stuff in their bag for their vehicle, their get home kit, or their whatever you want to call it, their emergency kit for their vehicle.
Oh yeah.
They keep all this stuff in there. It's like that stuff's already in my truck. That stuff's going to be in any vehicle I got.
Yeah.
In case I get stuck on the side of the road. My bag I have in addition to that is when my truck is still sitting there because I'm not able to fix it. No traffic's coming by.
It's time to go.
Cell phone's dead. I'm going to have to make my way at least to somewhere that I can call somebody, but I'm prepared to have to walk my ass all the way back home.
Yeah.
So I've got a bag of stuff that will get me back home, even if I had to walk across the desert to get there.
I tell you what kills me
Which
about
ain't gonna happen, but
yeah,
you know,
well, no, it can. I've had it
I'm
happen.
just saying, you know, it's not likely, especially in South Alabama.
Yeah.
Not likely I might have crossed the desert.
I tell you what kills me, man, is these go bags people got. They're 75 pounds, 60 pounds. I mean, what?
My big bag at the house, which is what I've got set up for. Actually, I think right now it's partially broken down, but I hadn't got it put back up from when I was using it to carry my laptop in.
Yeah.
When I took all my stuff out of it, put my laptop in it. But now I got a laptop bag, so I need to put it all back together. But it also had stuff in it for Logan, because I figure, you know, he's not going to be able to carry all this shit if
Yeah.
it come down to it. So I carry his stuff in mine. So that's
I'm going to make
basically-
Delilah carry my bag.
But, you know, that's basically 2 people worth of
Yeah.
stuff. So, you know, everybody's got a bag basically, but I got, you know, more stuff in that one. So that it still probably only weighs around 30 pounds.
Yeah.
And
Well, the stuff you put in there, you got to be real wary of weight, you know, because there's products that are heavy. You can get a light product that is lighter. And what I'm talking about there is especially toolkits. I think you do need some kind of small toolkit in your go bag.
Yeah.
But it doesn't need to be the heaviest screwdriver in the world for your screwdriver.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be an adjustable wrench, you know, that's this long in there.
No,
And
but
I've seen that stuff.
some of those piece of crap all-in-one toolkits are perfect for that, because
Yeah.
what you're going to actually be using it for is not going to be, it's not going to have to be a primary.
We're not PM at a tank.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
we might be.
And that's what most people try to use those little piece of crap all-in-one toolkits for, is to like break down the engine on their Camaro or something. And they're going to, you know, use it to rebuild an engine or something like that. And it's for an emergency situation that you've got something that you can use that'll probably work for that.
You know, I've actually had people tell me, well, I got this because I might need to change my water pump. I might need to change my alternator. My question to them is, okay, where's your extra alternator?
Yeah, exactly.
Where's your extra water pump?
Yeah.
You ain't going to go out and find one for a
That's why I said-
1986 model
That's why I said
Datsun.
unstop a carburetor or something.
Oh, yeah.
Not change
Yeah.
anything, or blow out a fuel filter, and you know, the best you're going to do is maybe you have a can of starter fluid or something in the back of your truck, which I do, and you could wash it out with that so that you get a few more,
Yeah.
you know, a little bit more use out of it. If you got dirt or something in it, and blow it out so that.
Well, I mean, speaking of stuff like that, you can use products too, like you were just talking about starting fluid.
Yeah.
Some people use alternatives to starting fluid. Well, if you use the right kind of starting fluid, you can use it for several different purposes. Tracy's already drank all of his coffee.
He has.
Sorry, I know just broke right into that, right out of midstream of talking about that stuff. But yeah, I mean, be mindful of what you put in there, because what I'm saying is there's no use in having a small pocket knife in there and a Gator all tool.
Yeah.
It's got a knife in
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or these folks go, you can never have too many knives in your go bag. Yes, you
Well,
can.
I've always got one right here.
Oh yeah, me too.
I've always got my brawler. I carry a Kershaw brawler. And
Well, you know what I carry.
Yeah, but I carry this all the time because I like that Tanto point there.
Yeah.
A lot of times I don't like a Tanto point, but I like that because I can take that and I can do delicate work with it.
Mhm.
The size of that blade and the angle of the Tanto is perfect. It just works out perfect for.
Well, I like this little
Everyday
knife right
carry.
here. Either I got some lint in it. I like that little knife because you got several. Oh, let me close that up before I cut my wrist slam off. Yeah. And a very, very, check it out. Schrade makes a nice saw.
That's a nice saw.
Check out put your sticky finger to it.
Yeah, I did. It stuck to, you know, calluses on the ends of my fingers, and it stuck to the, to the callus on one of my fingers.
But I like that little knife. It's like yours. You know what I mean? It's got 2 or 3 different things.
But
you can
see,
do
in addition to this, I have a Gerber multi-tool.
Yeah.
That I carry in my go bag. I'm gonna grab it real quick.
I generally got one, you know, that I strap in my belt. It's beside my bed today.
I know what I did with my keys.
Well, folks, I don't know if anybody's asked any questions on the gun channels yet or not, but if you got any questions, we'll be glad to check them out here in a few minutes. Sean has lost his keys. He can't even get to his go bag, folks.
Oh, yeah, I can. I'll find my keys later. I keep a key in my wallet.
Oh, yeah.
I redeemed my prepper card.
Definitely leave us a few things on YouTube. You can check out our Facebook, www.facebook.com/Andalusia Armory. We have a Twitter account. You can leave us some messages on there. We don't do a whole lot with that. And it's not Andalusia Armory on Twitter. It's Armory Andalusia. And I'm not sure what's up with that. You can find us on Pinterest at Andalusia Armory and that other thing. We'll have to wait till Sean gets back. And they've all left me. Not much to talk about when I don't have the other guys here.
What?
Said I don't have much to talk about when I don't have the other guys here.
All right.
We found it.
So this is the shit that I keep in my truck. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, I like that little bag there.
Yeah, I bought a bladder to go in it, but the bladder I bought's a 2-liter bladder.
Yeah.
This holds a 1-liter bladder.
Gotcha.
I don't know where to find one. If anybody knows where to find a 1-liter bladder, leave me a message on gun channels.
You can stick some snacks in there.
Yeah, and I got raincoat, a little cheap ass tent, bunch of random shit.
You got some granola bars in there.
That's in there.
One, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I got a.
Yeah, you can even make you a fanny pack out of this one.
Yeah, that's what I like about that. Is I can strap it to my big. I can strap it to the back of my go bag, and because it's got the straps on it for Molly.
Yeah, that one too, huh?
That one's got Molly on it, but I mean, I could strap that to that if I had to.
Well, the fact
this works better as just a sling bag. But what I went to grab them for was that. That's 25 years old.
Yeah.
I've had that thing. It's right after they started putting the lock on them, and they changed it over to a needle nose instead of the big wide.
Yeah.
When they first did that, that was when I got it. I was actually a little disappointed that it had the needle nose to begin with.
Well, that's pretty good too.
Yeah, after a while, it's just as good. You just
probably better in a lot of instances.
It is. What I was afraid of was it not having the shorter that I might not be able to get into some places with it, but that really has not come into play much. But you know, it's got tons of crap in it. It's got a serrated blade. It's got a regular blade. It's got screwdrivers, file. Man, it's all sorts of crap on there.
Just for S&Gs, how long have you had that bag?
That bag?
Mm-hmm.
2 years.
Yeah.
I got that one. I've replaced some of the stuff in it. It
Well,
came
no, my
with,
point with that is a lot of people think you got to go out and spend a lot of money on a small bag because it won't last.
I got this on clearance at the Walmart.
Yeah.
It came with, I've replaced some of this stuff, but it came with pretty much all this crap in it. Hand warmers, cheap ass flashlight, which I've got tons of flashlights in my
Yeah.
truck.
Chem lights and
Torches.
flashlights are a definitely
I
good
got,
thing to have.
it's
a
got
couple
chem
of.
lights in it, solar blanket. You never have enough solar blankets, especially if you ever run into ass blasters, and Burt Gummer approved. Water,
Yeah.
it's got
Man, you need to take that out and put some like,
half
Tang
gallon
in
of
there.
water,
No, you don't need that. Put some Nestle Quick in there.
2,400 calories.
Let me see what you got there. Little brick of food.
Yep,
What kind of food is it?
it's basically a granola bar.
Yeah, it's a big ass granola bar.
Yep.
Well, some of these things has got different flavors on them. I think.
Yeah, I don't remember what flavor that one is. The one that came in it was apple cinnamon, but I don't know which one that one is.
Date of manufacture, October 14. Date of expiration, October 19.
Yep.
You got about 2 more years on that.
Yeah. Well, the first one I had to take it out and eat it on a camping trip
Oh, yeah?
because I mainly did that to keep from throwing it away because it was fixing to go out of date.
Yeah.
So I took it out and
Did you lock that door behind you?
no, I sure didn't. But
Uh-oh.
fire starter. I tried to do a video on this a while back, and the damn wind kept kicking up.
Yeah, I remember
it
you
kept
telling me
blowing
about
kept blowing my dust away every time I get a little pile shaved up, and it kept blowing my dust away. So it worked really well, but I could never get it on camera, so I gave up.
Yeah. Well, you know, I told you I tried to use that little shoelace
Oh yeah, yeah,
garbage.
yeah,
Garbage.
yeah.
Well, I had something else that had a fire starter on it. I had got. What was that?
Yeah, but that thing's just the striker though. You have to
Yeah, but
you got to have something to strike up with it.
Well, no, that thing had the striker on it. What was that? What am I talking about? I can't even remember what it was because I basically just threw it in the garbage. I think it was a credit card striker.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? It was one of the
Was
things
it-
where it's the side of the credit card and you just got the striker right there on
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I threw that shit in garbage.
Yeah.
Garbage. Hey, you know what? You want to see my go bag?
Oh, your little ready man.
This is all we need, boys and girls.
Yeah, I don't know if that's leftover Jason coffee or not.
What's that?
Jason was talking about the coffee.
Yeah, it is.
Leftover Jason coffee.
It is.
I hadn't had none of it today because I had a drink when I came in and the coffee was already cold. So.
These little Ready Man cards, I know y'all have seen them all over Facebook advertised. This one, they can't see that. Let's see.
Let's see.
Well, they still ain't gonna be able to see it real
let me
good.
walk around there with
There you go. Sean's going to show it off for us. But it's one of the little, it's got the fish hooks. Yeah, that's pretty decent.
See that pretty good?
Fish hooks. It's got the gig, the Trident gig on there. It's got a couple, small fishing points. You got your snares on there, or I guess you'd use them for spinners if you just wanted to.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I think they're supposed to be used. They're supposed to be used for either one.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah.
There's 2 different sizes on there. You got double hooks and just your standard single hooks.
Yeah, and that little saw there
It's pretty.
is a pretty decent
Yeah.
little like hacksaw type edge on it.
And then that thing on the far right for you, that's a pair of tweezers. You take that and bend it and use it for
Over here?
tweezers. Yeah, it's got a couple needles in there.
Yeah. Little needles there.
Now it's
Uh,
pretty cool. It works out pretty well.
Yeah,
That's
I've
the
seen
extent.
people use the spearheads.
Yeah.
I've seen them, putting them on like a rod of something or other and using them to demonstrate them for.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason why none of that will work because the fish hooks, those are sharp.
This is pretty heavy gauge stuff.
It is.
I don't know what the thickness on that is, but it's pretty heavy.
Well, I can tell you exactly the thickness on it, Sean.
What does it say?
Its thickness of it is bad ice.
Yeah.
But yeah, the little Ready Man stuff, some of that stuff's pretty cool. It's definitely worth throwing in your wallet. I've had it in my wallet now for about a year. And I forgot it was in there.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's.
I would suggest though, if you're gonna get one, get it on that deal like you got it.
Oh yeah.
Because
You get a couple
if you go to the
different ones.
website, it's not worth what they want.
Well, how
for
much
it
are
on
they
the
asking for
website.
on the website?
I want to think they're around $20
Wow.
is what they were
Yeah.
last time
No,
I
I
looked.
wouldn't
'Cause
pay $20 for it.
that-
I don't think.
that stuff is not worth what they want for it on their website. They got this little bag that they're selling now. It's like a little hip bag.
Yeah. It's got a
Put
bunch of
like
little
a-
shits in it.
No, but you could put a bunch of that stuff in it.
Oh, it ain't got it in
It
it.
ain't got shit in it, but you can put your cell phone in it. You can put like a
Oh, yeah.
notebook in it, and
Yeah, dude, I got one of those.
yeah,
Yeah, Tracy, I got these, and then Tracy ordered those little baggy things.
yeah,
So check this out. I can put my Springfield XDS 45.
yeah. That's what
in
I
that
was
thing.
thinking. Is that
It barely fits.
I was gonna say
Yours
mine's
wouldn't.
probably a little too big for
Yeah.
it because somebody said that a 26 wouldn't quite fit in it, but that a 43 probably would.
Oh, absolutely.
And
43
so,
if it all
yeah,
down.
because it's slimmer.
Yeah.
and that's the problem with it is that it wouldn't open up.
It works out pretty good. You can put your phone in there. I mean, you can do whatever. You can put whatever you want to in there. But I'm
Well, you
just
could
here to tell you
probably
right
put
now.
your phone and your gun in it because your phone goes in
Like-
the outer pocket and then
Well, I don't
the-
know, man, because my gun fills that thing
oh,
up.
does it?
It really does fill that
I just
thing up.
noticed it's got that outside
Yeah.
pocket that you're supposed to slip a cell phone.
But to be straight
into.
up with you,
and
Sean,
then the other one, is like a wider pocket.
other than us getting it just to check it out and tell a few folks what we think about it,
Yeah.
I don't think I would purchase it.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just me. If somebody gives it to you, take it.
yeah.
But I don't think I'd
Well, I was
purchase it.
thinking it might be useful, but then I got thinking that I don't really carry a damn notebook around with me all that
Yeah.
often, as in never.
Yeah.
But if I did, it would probably be useful carrying your cell phone and a notebook.
We'll
but
see now.
I
A
pretty
lot of
much
times,
use my fucking memo pad on here if I need to write something down while I'm.
you know, with that being said, dude, I do have a notebook, pens, pencils, and a protective sleeve
Yeah.
in my bag.
I keep one in the truck all the time.
Yeah.
Which I'm fixing to go to next time that I think about ordering it, I'm gonna get one of those the field notes that's got the grease pencil.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that it don't
I've
get
got one
wet.
of those. Yeah.
Because
I don't know how well that'll work. I really don't.
I don't know, but I figure it's better than wet paper.
I guess we can get one to
'cause,
try.
Yeah.
I don't want to use the one I currently got, but I can get another one, we can check it out.
Yeah.
And I just see. But yeah, this is a good little setup, man. I mean, something like this is perfect for that along with that. And you know what's crazy as hell? You could take a pair of track pants
Yeah.
and a shirt, and I guarantee you we can put a pair of track pants and a t-shirt in that damn thing.
Because, well, there's in this little pouch right here, that's an actual full-size poncho, like big ass
Yeah.
rain slicker
Oh,
poncho.
dude, you can get track pants.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
This thick and this big.
I mean, this is not some little bitty shit that came with some, like with a survival kit. Like, see, this right here came out of a little cheap ass survival kit that I got. It's just flimsy ass shit, but it would do in a pinch if you
Right.
need it. Use it for a tarp or something. But
Do you remember back in the 90s, they used to sell those track pants that actually you could
They
sew it up
came
in its
in a-
pocket?
yeah.
No, it was its pocket, remember?
oh yeah, it goes
And those
into the-
pockets were
Yeah.
smaller than that. So if
Yeah.
somebody could get a hold of a pair of those and a t-shirt and you know
Yeah.
what I mean, then you'd be all inclusive,
yeah,
even if you couldn't get to some of your bigger stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Personally, I like fresh socks and underwear. I'm
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, I need to add that in at least socks anyway, because socks is,
Dude, I'd just about be rather be naked
Yeah.
as hell than I.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
well, I usually have good socks anyway, because I can't wear socks more than a couple of times before I got to have new ones.
Yeah.
Because I'm either going to wear a fucking hole in them. Somehow, inexplicably, in the ball of my foot,
Oh yeah.
I will wear a hole in a pair of socks. Don't know why. Doesn't matter the pair of shoes. When it first started happening, I thought it was my shoes. I thought, I've got a bad spot in the sole of my shoe or something. Wasn't the case. I still don't know to this day why I wear a hole right there. Most people wear a hole in the toe because, like a ingrown toenail or something like that. But yeah, just right there. Wear a hole right there. It's just I guess that's pressure point on my foot or something.
Yeah, probably.
But,
So
they don't last long.
Dude, flip
I like those thick padded, like feels like you're walking on cushions and shit.
Oh yeah.
And they don't last anymore. I mean, if they survive the wash, because once they hit that dryer, there's no guarantee they're coming back.
Yeah.
You're
just done.
Yeah, they're gone. They disappear into that black hole.
We've got the other sock troll at the house.
Yeah.
We could buy 100 million pairs of damn socks, and by the end of the week, there's 3 left, and one of them is like you talking about.
Yeah. That's
don't even know how that happens.
Yeah, same way with me.
What's them boys on Gun Channels doing?
They sitting here listening to us.
Listening to us. Ain't got them a cool conversation
Jason's
going on?
the only one that said anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Boys, y'all need to pipe up a little bit. I'm looking on here.
Let's see. I always
Probably going to refresh that thing. Sometimes I think, I don't know, if any of you guys ever went to YouTube and be trying to watch something and just get green screen instead of what you're trying to watch? And if there's anyone watching
still green
on YouTube, if y'all would please just let us know, is it working? You know what? You know what we might do? Talk to him for a second, Sean. I'm gonna call somebody in.
All right. I mean, if anybody has any recommendations, suggestions, things that you carry in your bags, I do need a tourniquet. I need one real bad. I don't have one. I need one anyway so that I can make some Kydex holders for them. But I need a good tourniquet. What I need is one of those that what's that guy's name?
That dude.
Yeah, that dude that comes in here all the time.
Oh,
College
here we
kid
go.
that's in the
thank you, Mark.
whatever.
We appreciate it. Mark Spivey says it's working, guys.
It is.
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
Well, it's ugly.
Yeah, it's probably just something to do with just
Yeah.
We won't like it when it's angry.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know what that deal with that is, but anyway.
It's cool seeing folks like Mark Spivey, the guys we grew up with, sending a message. That's
I
really
actually
cool,
do
man.
have a tourniquet because my med kit that's in the console of my truck.
Yeah, you got a tourniquet in it. I got one in there in Julie's office.
Yeah, you got 2 or 3 of them, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
That was who I was talking about. He needs to bring us some more of those. He only brought like 2 of them.
I tell you what, too, man. As far as it goes, it's very nice to have a fancy tourniquet.
Yeah,
but the fact of the matter is,
basically just a cloth and.
I was about to say you can make a tourniquet.
Piece of plastic, I think, is all it is. It doesn't. The ones you got are nice. They got the strap and all that, and then they got the little thing with the clicks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one I got is just basically just a strip of cloth, and
that's all you really need. I mean,
yeah, but the one you got, it kind of it.
Well, it takes the guesswork out.
If somebody's using it that don't really know what they're doing, as long as that damn little paper is there, that they can use it without hurting somebody.
Yeah.
Or without unnecessarily causing more damage.
Indeed. And I do think people need to get trained on that kind of stuff. But here's the fact right here, Sean. If you're in a situation where someone is bleeding out one of their legs or arms, do something.
Oh yeah, because it's better for them to lose an arm than to lose a life.
I've watched YouTube videos where people going, if you don't know how to use a tourniquet, never use one. That's bullshit.
Because
you have to. I mean, you should know how to use it. Everybody should go, okay, well, we need to take a first aid.
Yeah.
And
if it's been a while since you took one, take a refresher course.
Yeah. But if you haven't, don't let dudes sit there and bleed out.
Yeah.
That's.
Well, there's a whole argument. There's a whole argument, something better than nothing. And then there's a whole argument that goes against that. It says no, because, well, what if there's no help anywhere around? It's going to be a while. They're going to die before you get them to help.
And that's a sucky situation.
You better do
but it
something.
Happens.
Because if not, they are going to die before you get there.
Mm.
And if it's a situation like that, something is better than nothing.
You know what? We need to have old boy come on the show maybe next week and show how to apply a tourniquet.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's his specialty.
Yeah, that's what he do.
That's what he does.
That's what he do.
Yeah.
It sure is. Sure is. We got a lot of really good people around the shop.
Yeah.
If we thought about it, we'd have something for everything. We got old boy, and he knows the tourniquets and stuff like that. And we got Jason around the shop, and he can bounce a grenade like it ain't nobody's business. And then we got Chet, and he just destroys shit.
Wreck a damn train.
Yeah.
Drop some tacos.
Drop tacos.
He's gonna come in here tomorrow and give me shit.
Yep. King taco dropper. I'm talking about not just once, but twice in about 2 minutes time. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What is Jason over talking shit now?
Nah, he ain't said nothing. Last thing he said was he talked about the tourniquet.
Oh yeah.
It was him that mentioned the tourniquet.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It is a really good thing to have,
yeah.
But as long as you kind of understand the use.
Yeah. But yeah, the med kit that I got in the truck is just basically a little more than a first aid kit that you carry around.
You mean you got adrenaline and all that shit and want it all off in it and don't even know what that
No, it ain't that. I mean, it's the only reason I call it med kit instead of first aid kits because it's got shit in it like a tourniquet and I think I still got that big bandage in there.
Now, I will say this.
It's in there because, I took it out of my bug out bag and put it in there.
It's just in fun. I have said before, if you don't know how to perform surgery, you probably shouldn't have a surgical kit in there. I do have a surgical kit in my big bag.
Yeah.
It ain't for me to use though. It's in hopes that somebody can use the damn thing.
And that's good that you mentioned that because if you don't know how to use it, there's no reason to not have it.
Yeah.
If it's something that's practical, if somebody might be able to use it. If you roll up on an accident or something and you've got stuff that somebody might be able to use, an off-duty EMT, a doctor headed home from his practice also happens up on that scene. He may be able to use what you've got to save somebody.
You know what, dude? I've actually got an example here. This has been several years back, but I was right behind it. These people were driving erratically and hit an elderly couple head on running about 80 miles an hour.
Yeah.
The elderly couple was probably running about 55, 60 on the highway, right?
Yeah.
The folks in the other truck, people were looking after them, and we come up on the folks, the older couple, and the woman looked to be all right, but the man was out, and he was bleeding pretty hard. The truck was on fire, and he was probably from me to you from the truck.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people standing around. I said, well, we need to get him up, move him. And everybody was like, we don't want to move him, because they thought they're going to get. So what I did was it was on 331. It was during the summer, so I went around and asked people in cars that have a beach blanket with them.
Yeah.
So I ended up getting a sheet out of somebody's, trunk or whatnot. We
Yeah.
put him on that sheet and moved him, So that kind of stuff happens all the time. You may not need it for anything, but somebody else,
Yeah.
may need it.
Yeah.
You're right about the accidents thing. You can come up on accidents constantly.
Yeah.
You probably see them pretty often. Bigger cities, people probably see them pretty often.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hell, it wasn't long ago. We had one right down here. That hell of an accident.
Oh yeah.
And I think Jason actually didn't he direct traffic or something out there till the
Chet calls it.
And I think Jason was saying that he him and some other guy was out there until
help on the traffic or something.
Yeah, until the authorities got there or something.
Yeah, please, people, help out. Damn, I mean, I see accidents, and the only two people stop is the two people that hit each other, and ain't nobody else out. Nobody cares to stop. Generally, the stuff that happens down here, it almost always happens to where we're coming by just as the the EMT, the police is stopping. The hell ain't nobody else out there with them. Let's see. People's ads and stuff, but I can't read this mess. What you got over there?
Let's see.
Don't even know.
Cat tourniquet. Jason talking about reworking his big bag.
No questions yet?
But isn't your survival gun your AR pistol?
What is he saying?
And he said he needed to rework his bag, swap it over for ammo and a little gear, mainly repack for his survival gun. But,
Oh,
yeah, you take that thing apart, it don't take up much space. I
I wasn't laughing at Jason. I was laughing about something I had said, WLOX.
Oh, the double barrel. Okay. With all the pistol inserts.
That
takes
cool
up
gun.
even less space.
Yeah, that's a cool gun too.
Yeah.
That thing is awesome.
Yeah.
He needs to lend that to us one night so we can show it off.
Yeah.
And it sure enough needs to.
Yeah.
Man, somebody needs to ask us some questions. We just over here bantering on about first one thing, then the other. Did you give out any cookies the other night?
Yeah, I owe Jason a cookie.
Oh, do you?
He was the only one that answered me. I mean,
I knew what it was, but I was like, well, this is clickbait right here, and I'm leaving it alone. So one person answered that it. I can't even give away.
yeah, I
cookies.
posted my Every Second Matters post was a repost of my SIG laying on top of my laptop.
You did better than I did. I for slam forgot.
Yeah.
Sure did.
And I asked what the decal was that's on my laptop, and Jason was the only one that answered me. Well, you can see it.
Oh, it's pretty. You can see it right here.
But yeah, I asked what it was, and the only one that answered me was Jason. And,
No cookies.
hell, I would have expected him to know anyway. I mean,
Yeah. I expect everybody to know what the hell that is.
and 7.62 by 51 or 7.62 by 54 are that's apples and fruitcake. I mean,
We got Scotty asking, is it live? Need to get Scotty down here on the bullshit with us one of these nights. Or get him on Skype or some shit. Man, have you seen any of Scotty's work?
I don't guess.
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
He does some real nice stuff.
Yeah.
Jason's on there telling him, yeah. I don't know if Scotty's got a page for his shop or not. If you're watching, Scotty, if you got one, man, leave a link up or something. we're not very motivated this afternoon, if I can't nobody tell.
Would a blunderbuss make for a survival gun with a
Jesus
backpack
Christ.
full of Pyrex pellets?
Can I answer this?
Yeah,
No. Who asked that question?
Robbie did.
Okay.
Uh,
I figured that was.
I don't know.
No. No. No,
Check
dude.
this out, though.
Negative.
Check this out.
I ain't even going to
Instead of
entertain.
just having a pouch full of black powder
I ain't even going to
and more on your horse, you got the little pellets, the pre-measured pellets.
I ain't going to entertain
I
this.
mean,
Dude, I ain't. No. What are you going what? Blunderbuss is good for
as a
nothing.
survival rifle now,
Dude, what with
not a shit hits the fan
Survival.
battle rifle.
Yeah, but you can't shoot
but
nothing
a
with it.
survival
What are you
rifle.
going to shoot with it?
I bet I could take out any damn thing around here with it.
What, for at 10 feet?
Yeah, but my 30-30 wouldn't be good much further. I mean,
One of they maybe 250 yards. I'm going to go ahead and have to use my expert opinion on this situation.
Like
and tell
Mousetrap saying,
no.
you could go with birdshot.
Dude, do you
you
understand this guy just asked you a backpack full of Pyrex pellets?
I'm gonna lower it from that, not a whole fucking backpack full. But let's compare it to say a AR-7 or a Papoose.
I'll take
or,
the Papoose all day. I'll take the Papoose all day long in a damn backpack slam full of 22 long rifle. I'm going to have to go ahead and say no. That a blunderbuss is not a good thing in any situation. What you going to do?
I'm
Forks, spoons, this phone right here. That's about, you know.
There you go.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say that like Pete's saying, last ditch survival. I say that it could work, but
is it my
I think
only
there's-
choice?
it's your only choice. It's all you got.
Is there a knife to be had? Have I lost my pants and my knife's gone? I'm going to go ahead and say this. The one,
I'm gonna say that there's some worse options out there.
I can't think of one. 1974 Pinto, maybe. I mean, no, I'm going to say this.
74 Pinto was badass. You hit that bitch in the rear end and it would
Boom.
explode.
Exactly. That's what I said. But the one situation where blunderbuss would be a great survival tool is if you just want to look badass. If you just want to look like the badass of all badasses, yes,
Yeah.
please, by all means, carry around a blunderbuss. If you're on the opposing team, please carry a blunderbuss. Is who was on there? Please tell me somebody else is eating him up over the blunderbuss. Is Jason on there saying he's going to build one now?
No, no, I'm waiting on it. But
I don't know, man. Where are you going to get a blunderbuss from?
I don't know. You happen upon somebody's vintage musket collection, and they're dead.
And the only thing left is
And
a
the only
blunderbuss?
thing left is the blunderbuss. Everything else burned up in the fire that killed them. And hell, I don't know. It's the only damn thing you got.
Sean,
And
here's
you're
the
going to
problem.
have to survive in the woods
I don't even
for the
know.
winter.
No. I don't even know how that works, though. I mean, you just pour shit in there.
It's just a muzzle loader. I mean,
You can put forks and spoons in there and it'll blow it out. I mean, how's that work? Can you pour pellets in there with it?
yeah, well, you still have to pack it in and everything, just like regular black powder, but it's like works as a shotgun.
The barrel's as big around as my hat at the end.
No, it ain't. It ain't that damn big. But yeah, it's got a big ass barrel on it.
I guess I'm just used to seeing.
It's a short barrel. It's got a shorter barrel than like a rifle length.
So it's a SBB.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Short barrel black powder. Yeah. Next week it's going to be an NFA item.
I'm going to go ahead and send in. I'm going to go ahead and send in a letter asking. Look at there.
Hey, look there.
We got a visitor, y'all. Jason just come in with a toy.
Oh yeah, look at there. Yeah.
By the way, for everybody
Look there.
shits
We
the
had a
bed,
listener just show up.
it
Out of the
is
blue.
clear. Clear. This is a very, very, very nice little shotgun. It is not an SBS. It is legal length. Jason's added nice peep sights,
Yeah.
which, and people go, well, boy, got peep sights from that thing. I've seen Jason shoot down double off, but I've seen him shoot a slug out of this thing one-handed.
Never do that.
But here's the cool part. You talking about a survival weapon?
Yeah.
He has this little pack from Chiappa Firearms of barrel inserts.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, he talks about that all the
these,
time.
man, these, have you seen them yet?
Amazing.
Have you broke these in?
I hadn't seen them, but he talks about them all the time.
He's got let's see, 44 Magnum, 45 ACP, 410, 20 gauge, 380, 357, 40 Smith & Wesson, and 9mm barrel inserts for this shotgun. And it's in a nice little it's a pack with the MOLLE attachments on the side. Jason, what's this gun weigh? Have you weighed it?
I haven't. It's probably about, I don't know, 5-6 pounds. It's not too bad heavy.
I mean, it's literally nothing. And I do like the sights on it.
Oh yeah, and they're very accurate with those pistol barrels too. I was out back the other day, tagging targets at probably, I don't know, 50 yards with it, hitting a 6-inch target. I mean, that's not bad.
No, that's good. And the pistol and the inserts actually have a long enough barrel where they'll do something.
Yeah.
Hey, they're 7-inch.
That's
That's
nice.
I think the inserts were more than the shotgun cost me, but that's not.
Maybe we'll drag you up a chair.
Yeah. It fits into that nice little pack there.
Yeah. So you got your little shotgun, you throw it in a sling, you can put it in your backpack, you can throw it in a scabbard. For all you Mad Max some bitches out there, you can put it on the side of your motorcycle.
Works for a hip pack, and plus it's got
Yeah.
it's got the
MOLLE
it's
weapon.
got MOLLE, and that'll fit in MOLLE too.
Yeah. There, y'all welcome into the show. But
Tracy's gonna sit there and talk about his track chair all night.
But that is a real nice little piece there. Y'all, this is Jason. He was just in chat, and now he's here. How about that?
How about
I
that?
live 2 minutes away.
See how that works?
It's not like it's a big deal.
What kind of shotgun is that?
That is a CIA import or CAI, whichever. Jing An.
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
Chinese shotgun.
It was $180. Found it on Gunbroker cheap, and we had talked about cutting one down just for pretty much a play toy for a while.
Yeah.
And cut it down, and it's the funnest thing I own to shoot. I mean, absolutely best thing in the safe to go out and just blow bird shot. I mean, you're hitting a 40-foot target at 20 yards. But
I'm sure there's a good chance that it has probably been used as a motorcycle gun before.
no, when I got it, it was 30.
Really?
It was a 30-inch barrel, full buttstock,
Yeah.
everything else. And the day it came in, like literally took the bandsaw to it.
I figured you
Chopped
carried
it.
it around on your bike.
Cut it all to pieces.
That was
There's Tracy.
You talking about one of these
Come on, spin your chair on around here.
garage gunsmiths? You actually let him take my place at the table?
Well,
You
was
weren't
on-
here.
He was on chat with us talking about his survival.
Well, you were back there
gun,
trying
brought
to
it
sell
on down.
track chairs.
I was
so-
back there talking with a retired Navy Marine Corps veteran. You get Marines and squids together.
It was
And
the other way around, wasn't it?
he was Marine first,
and
then crossed the deck.
Yeah.
Yep. I know we're gonna catch it for that.
What's the price on these barrels?
I think I picked those up for, I want to say $210, something like that. They were more expensive than the shotgun was. If we're going to get down to that, but it wasn't a bad price on them, and they're, I mean, extremely accurate for what they are. Like really and truly 50 yards, I was hitting a 6-inch target with peep sights out of a Chinese-made double barrel with, inserts.
Well, the cool thing is if you got your shotgun with you, even if something goes on with the shotgun, you can take those and you can apply it to any single shot or double barrel shotgun.
Yeah.
So it works out real well.
You can even use them in a pump.
Yeah, you could.
You just got to put
Yeah,
them
you
in.
have to-
It's going to be single shot.
Single
Yeah.
round, single load,
Yeah.
but it would work.
It might be a little more of a pain in the butt to pull it out,
But for a survival situation, it's one of those things that I can run any ammo. I can hunt with it in an extreme shit at the fan situation. I can gather more ammo and or weapons.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, hell, you got everything there except for rimfire.
Yeah.
I mean, damn, almost everything.
Yeah, he's got a lot covered.
Yeah.
The only other two things that I want one barrel for 223 and one for 7.62 by 39.
Yeah.
And then I've got your common calibers completely covered. And really the weight's not bad when you get down to it. It's
Now, what is that?
that's
3-4 pounds?
3-4 pounds, yeah. But when you get down to it, AR weighs, I think my AR weighs about 7 pounds unloaded, something 6, 7
Box
pounds.
of 12
It's a
gauge.
little lighter than mine.
Yeah.
Mine's a little heavier.
And you get that, and then you figure, standard loadout would be 7 mags, but you figure in your survival bag, I normally carry 3 to 4 loaded mags with me.
Yeah.
And like that right there, I'm working on around the same weight with less options on what I can use for ammunition. And I'd prefer to have my options extremely wide with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, even if you only carried one or two, like if you only carried, say, 12 gauge and, 357,
Yeah.
you've still got options if you run across
Yeah.
other ammo
Yeah.
or you need to
38
to trade
short,
with
long,
somebody.
38
They got
special,
some 9
350.
millimeter. They'll trade you for, trade for some food or something. And then you got 9 millimeter you wouldn't be able to use, but you got a 9 millimeter insert.
Yep.
Yep.
So you could use that.
Yeah, it is very, very awesome. Very awesome. The 223 and the 7.62 by 39 inserts will be very
Oh
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Especially which I expect them to be just as accurate as this. And really, even swapping them out, I haven't changed enough that I'm seeing at 50 yards, I'm still hitting the same 6-inch target. When I went from 9 to 40 to 45, I think I shot some of your wife's 44 mag. Just trying it out, and I was keeping it on the same 6-inch target with it.
Yeah.
Swapping barrel inserts from, even from top to bottom, it's accurate enough to do anything you really need it to do. I'm not going to be taking 300-yard shots with it, but
Well, no.
Well, yeah, but that's unrealistic.
Yeah.
Especially down here
Yeah.
where we're at. You're going to be 20 to
It's-
50 yards.
yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah. I do want 45-70 inserts, even though it's probably a really bad idea.
Ain't gonna kick no harder than a slug did.
No, I don't think it could.
That was the worst idea I've ever had. Shot buck out of it, and it was bad enough.
Yeah,
Like, I'm gonna shoot
that
this
pistol
I
slug.
think I
Nelson
talked you
had.
into that.
Yeah.
You
That
did.
4570 pistol Nelson had.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
I want one so bad. And I know it's dumb. I know there's no reason to have it unless
It's a hunting pistol.
bear.
Hey, look, you're fishing in a trout stream in Alaska. That grizzly decides he wants your krill. Yeah. That'd be nice to have on the side. Just
Yeah.
saying. Bear spray might work, but there ain't nothing that says get the fuck out of here better than double off buck.
Yeah.
We have a serious question for Mark Spivey.
Oh, really?
Is a Yeti full of Bud Light worth grabbing on a bug out? Yes.
Yeah.
And if you could only have one gun, what would it be?
That depends on situation. That absolutely depends on situation.
I got 3 different choices, but for almost any situation, I'm probably going to go with my 22 rifle, bolt action. It's light. I can carry a lot of ammo, and I can do a lot with the 22. especially mine is set up for,
I think
I could take that 200-yard shot if I needed to.
I'll tell you the truth, man. I think if I could only have one for everything, I'd probably snatch Julie's 44.
Yeah. Now, see, my other two choices would be a 12 gauge pump,
Mhm.
but I can't handle that no more, or my 357 revolver.
Yeah, 357 is nice.
Because I got 38
Yeah.
all the way up to 357.
I'm toggling between whether it would be a 12 gauge or a 22,
Yeah.
because 22, you're able to carry a lot more ammunition.
And if you need to, you can take a deer.
Yeah. And very easily.
Yeah.
Behind the ear, all day long.
See, that's where I'm at with that 44.
12 gauge,
Or the
my
357.
Yeah.
my drawback on the 12 gauge is the ammo situation, because of the fact
It's bulky
that
and heavy.
there's a limited amount of ammo you can carry. With 22, you can carry enough ammo that if it's just a survival thing, if you're just going to be out in the woods having to, trap and hunt for survival, and that's pretty much where you're at with it, 22 would probably last
Be
you
the best, yeah.
as long as your powder stays dry. I mean, until the moisture gets into your,
Even-
and that's eventually going to happen
And I'm gonna tell you
unless
what,
you got it sealed up. down
even
here.
then you can dry them out. I had a
Man.
customer in New York. He bought one of them tubs,
Yeah.
left it open in his pickup, forgot about it. About a week later, he remembered in a rainstorm that thing, and it rained 4 or 5 times before that. He brought it into the shop. There was still water in the bottom of it. I took a few out. 1 out of every 10 or 15 would fire.
Yeah.
I took those suckers, put them on a cookie sheet, baked them in the sun for a couple of weeks, and then finished them off in the oven at a low temperature. It's one nice thing about modern powders. They can get wet and dry out, and the primer material is still good. The powders that dry out still work. I still get 1 misfire out of every 10 rounds out of it. I
Well,
don't use it for
If it gets wet enough, that primer, because it's just slung out to the
it
edges,
can move.
it can move. So that's, yeah.
Well, if I'm the last man on earth, a 22 would work for me. But in a survival situation where I know that there's other people,
Yeah.
personally, I
And you
want
might have
something
to
more
run into
powerful.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, it would
And-
be.
Yeah, personally, if I got my 22, I want to see him at least 200 yards out because I got my target 22 that I want. And I could start throwing in at 200. But if they got a 30-06, I'm
Well,
done.
I personally know at 135 yards, that 44 Magnum is serious
Oh,
damn
yeah.
business and
Yeah.
accurate as hell.
Well, out to 100 yards easy with the 357 Magnum. 12 gauge with slugs that go out to 150 yards and be some
Oh, yeah.
serious medicine. I mean, yeah, 22, if you're going to have to get into any kind of conflict with another person, is not the best, especially a bolt action.
You're
It's not
so-
going to be your best choice.
Using golf terms, you're so far in the handicap with a 22
Yeah.
when you're,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, going up against somebody with a 9 or
Yeah.
damn an SKS or something.
Yeah,
like
even-
that.
even-
Odds
a
are, if
22
I'm
versus a
down
9-point
to having to make that
carbine.
choice,
Yeah,
High point carbine.
yeah, just
You
it's
know.
done so.
Yeah.
if I'm down to having to make that choice, or down to I've only got one that's left, or one that I've got ammo for, then things are probably deteriorated to the point that ain't nobody else got shit like that either.
Yeah, well, I'm putting on my ghillie suit and I'm just hiding.
That could be the fact, but if shit did really get bad, and for some reason the population was decreased, we could seriously start looking back at vintage eras like the old West.
Then I'm going to get that blunderbuss.
I can make black powder.
Well,
Just saying.
well, see, we got to take that out of the equation though, because a normal person just can't do that.
That's okay. I'm not a normal person.
Yeah, but
then.
we're
I'm ahead of the curve.
we're answering a question. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
If I thought there was going to be confrontation, I'd want my 357 or my 12 gauge.
If I had I don't know, either this or my AR pistol, truthfully, my 10.5 AR pistol. It's
Best of both worlds when it comes to an AR.
yeah.
Well, plus it's very easy to you take the
Take-
upper
yeah,
and
yeah,
lower
yeah.
apart and
Yeah, actually,
Oh, I've got a little backpack that's this long that it all fits in.
yeah.
all he has to do is carry a lower with a rifle barrel on it. He's good to go.
Yeah,
Well, see,
they're nice. I mean,
you could almost fit it in that.
Yeah,
I mean,
if you took
stick
off
out
that
the
arm
top,
brace.
but
Yeah,
I mean,
Yep.
yeah, if you took no, because it doesn't take up much more
not
space.
really.
I mean, I
You
don't
could
know where
open the
you
top
carry
and
yours at.
Yeah,
But mine,
open
I
the
carry
top.
it.
No, it's
All the way down?
forward.
Yeah,
All the way forward, and then it split from my upper. Literally, I've got my
Yeah.
little backpack that is
Yeah.
my
well, yours is a little longer than mine. Yours is what, 10 and a half?
yeah 10.5.
Yeah, mine's 7.5. So mine's a little bulkier because yours got the
Yeah, I'm
the
running
Keymod
the Keymod
Keymod
stuff on
stuff.
it.
Yeah, mine's just the standard quad rail.
I don't think I'm going back to a standard quad rail for anything. I
No.
really
Yeah,
like
I'm
the
gonna
Keymod stuff.
change
Keymods are
mine
nice.
because that
It's like holding a real rifle.
that
Yeah,
quad
it's
rail is just so
such a
bulky.
such a smaller setup, and
Plus, it's so much lighter.
yeah,
I mean, that's most of the weight of my old pistol is the quad rail. It
I
probably
don't
weighs.
know that Keymod. That I guess it was the other one I ordered.
I got that one laying back there.
Oh no, I'm talking about the one for the pistol that I
Oh,
ordered.
yeah.
That was it was huge. Like it
Yeah.
was the same size as a normal
Yeah, that's all-
quad
Yeah,
rail.
no,
Yeah.
I like the
And
one you
I'll-
got that slim.
I thought it was going to be the same one that I had, and I ordered it. It came in, and I'm going, I should really internally suppress something.
yeah.
I thought they found us.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Well, before they get us, someone want to run and grab me a Coke?
Yeah, I got you.
Yes, we drank
Well,
lots.
they
of
can
Cokes.
come and have a talk
Coke,
with us
Pepsi,
too. I mean,
coffee.
we'll let them talk too.
Yeah, we're trying to stay up on the questions, but
We get a little long-winded sometimes.
we would love to see you guys on the range too. We would too, Covington
Yeah.
County, Alabama.
Yeah, which range?
Yeah, let's see. How many ranges do we have in Covington County? Public.
Public?
One.
One.
Where's that?
Oh, never mind. No, we don't have a public range. I was thinking about the private range.
Yeah.
You got anything on gun channels?
We still talking about black powder and
My only problem with the black powder idea is,
Black powder gets wet, it juices.
well, that and you've got,
And it's
you know,
very touchy, spark sensitive, heat
Yeah.
sensitive.
and if you're good on a reload, you're still talking
Okay,
50 seconds.
Yeah.
60
British
seconds.
troops were required to shoot 3 rounds a minute. A good soldier
Well,
could
that's-
get 5 off.
That's somebody that has practiced
Well,
a
that's
lot.
I
and-
granted, I know that, and I have
that's
seen.
why I said a while ago that the blunderbuss would be
Yeah,
viable as a last ditch.
yeah, pick up a handful
Tool,
of gravel.
I think
Yeah.
the last time I was reloading a muzzle loader, it probably took me 2 minutes to reload. But
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
if
also
you don't
hadn't
have
shot one in
if
10
you don't
years.
have
at that
your-
You
point.
also got to figure,
Your charges already.
even
loaded.
even the reenactors
Yeah.
I know, you know, they got their charges already wrapped in paper. But if they had to reload a modern muzzle loader, even if they had pellets, that all they had to do is drop them down the barrel, it would still take them. They'd be lucky to get 3 rounds a minute. They'd be lucky to get 2 rounds a minute because of how tight the wads and stuff fit. Now that was a nice thing about the Brown Bess. I mean, they designed the bore loose because by the time you got to the 4th or 5th round, you had enough fouling that it was hard to shove. They would actually go to smaller caliber balls the more they fired.
Modern barrels also, a lot of them are rifled.
Yeah,
So
and that's
it's
why,
harder to,
Yeah. again,
pack
that's-
them.
yeah,
If I was going to use a black powder, I'd probably take that 44
A
caliber
revolver.
revolver
If
that
I-
I got
if I
in
was
the
gonna
house and
rely
give
on
me
black
several
powder.
cylinders for it.
Yeah.
yeah,
That'd be my all.
Yeah, 'cause
That's all
yeah.
I would do.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
And in addition to
Seriously,
that,
that's about all that would really
sit
work
around at night
effectively besides
wrapping
hunting.
up charges
Yeah.
to go in those cylinders so that when you used all your cylinders up,
All you
can
gotta do
just
is bust
drop
the
them in
bottom of the paper and
yeah,
yeah,
you can just drop new charges in to reload them. So
yeah. That would be my only situation with that thing.
I would say one of the black powder revolver rifles would be neat, but
yeah, they're
then you burn your entire arm every time you shoot one.
yes. Well, that's what leather cuffs are for.
Yeah. Is there a knife available? You know, I'm just saying.
My Air Force survival knife.
Yeah, that's-
Spetsnaz
So-
ballistic knife.
Paper cartridges or just a patch? And what kind of powder
Okay, I've
for
cleaned-
black powder?
You have lots of black powder substitutes.
Yeah.
For speed, pellets are great. You can get pellets that stack on a wad that's attached to a bullet.
Yeah.
And all you gotta do is ram it home.
Yeah.
Paper cartridges like they used during the Revolution. If you tie the right knot, all you gotta do is pull the string and dump the powder. But the heck with trying to find that string, just bite the end off, dump and shove.
Yeah.
It depends. You're looking for speed or accuracy. If you want speed, you want paper cartridges or Pyrodex pellets and a loose fitting ball and patch. If you're doing the paper, especially if you got to do successive firings without cleaning or at least running a nylon brush in it. If you're looking for accuracy, you want a tight ball and patch, measured powder load precisely, or a modern belted bullet.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just gonna say that 44. Let the damn thing be done. I've
Yeah.
got some of them, the damn, what do you call them? Fucking little tube things that take the place of the powder.
Yeah.
I've got some of that shit, but I tell you what, man, I think that's more aggravating than the powder is.
Some
Sometimes it
gadgets
is.
they have for muzzle loading can
Yeah,
be.
it's aggravating as hell. It's hell
That's
to
a-
get it out of the
Yeah,
packaging.
I didn't mention the speed loaders that have the ball at one end with the powder in the other, and you
Yeah.
pop it, pour it, flip it over, pop the ball out, and ram it. Because I'd rather sit with a wooden dowel at night, wrap my paper cartridge, tie the end, drop my ball in, pour my powder in, tie it off, and put it in a bag. So
Yeah,
all I gotta
so
do is
all you
grab,
gotta do is
rip,
grab
and
it.
stuff.
That's probably really the best way to do it anyway.
Well, hell, that damn, those revolvers, man, they're pretty slow for reloading.
Well, if you're going to
Mhm.
shoot
I mean,
black
they
powder,
You know,
Yeah.
bringing the damn latch arm down
shoot
and all
something
that.
that's as close to it as you can get, because you don't get the same experience out of it using Pyrodex.
Yeah, you don't get that cloud of smoke.
Yeah, you don't get that big
You
cloud
don't
of
get
smoke in
you
your
don't get
face.
the same
That's-
smell.
That's part of shooting black powder.
you
to
don't
me.
get the same smell
Yeah.
You're not crying after 6 rounds because your eyes are burning.
from the
You
sulfur.
don't get cancer 20 years later.
But
You know, all
again-
that good stuff.
But
that
again,
comes
with the
it.
Pyrodex, 777, any of those modern black powder substitutes, some of them tote you don't have to clean the gun as often between shots, which may be true. Some people think because they're using a modern powder, it's like modern smokeless, and you don't have to clean it. I'm telling you what, those substitutes will rot out your barrel, your
they're
nipples
horrible.
just as quick.
Even them little things I was talking about, man, that's it's hell and high water to go get it.
I mean, unless you have studied black powder thoroughly and know what the mountain men and trappers of the 16 and 1700s did back in the woods for 6-8 months at a time in winter to keep their guns clean and rust free and to fire successively without having to clean their guns right away. And there are some tricks. Clean your gun thoroughly with soap and water. It is the best thing. Baking soda helps neutralize the acids if you do miss some. But yeah, you cannot shoot a black powder rifle, put it at noon today, put it in the corner and say, I'll clean it after dinner tomorrow. You're going to have rust.
Yeah. What about
Yeah.
a Lamont revolver?
Oh, don't get me started.
I was
Don't
gonna say,
get
we
me
got
started on
we
the
got the
Lamont.
person here for that tonight.
God, oh.
hell no.
Why?
No. Why? Because I got a 45 Springfield.
9 rounds of 44 black powder and then 120 gauge.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're trying to work out that
Modern
Yeah.
version for
I want to
cartridges.
do a
I remember
modern
that
version.
now. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I'd love to try and build one. I need equipment. I need lots of money and equipment.
Well, what I'm talking about is we're talking about survival situation guns. You're not going to find ammunition.
Okay,
for
first,
this
first
shit.
of all, can you afford the Lamont?
Yeah. And even if it's after shit has hit the fan and you happen to find one on
You got
somebody's,
the ammo.
where you gonna get the ammo? leave the damn thing laying there, or either use it for a fish, or use it for an anchor, or a fucking
club.
sucker.
Oh, the monster black powder. You could
Yeah,
do
but
it
that you
with
need
black
reloading equipment,
Yeah.
or you need to know enough about reloading to make some crude equipment.
powder. Well, no, they weren't cartridge. There were no cartridge.
they weren't
fire.
cartridge?
Yeah, they were
Okay.
muzzle loaded.
What caliber was it? Was it 44?
44 black powder
and 20 gauge.
and then 20 gauge.
I'm gonna go ahead and have to say no.
Still want one. I don't want one for a survival situation.
Yeah.
I want one.
Not unless it's a modern.
Well, there's-
Yeah.
swing out.
That's
cylinder.
something that I'd like to bring up is that a lot of people out there in the Gunniverse, I coined that term, by the way. That's mine.
Trademark.
Yeah. They're under the impression that the only guns that you can buy are ones that you're gonna need when shit hits the fan,
They full of shit.
and that you can't justify having anything unless it's something you're gonna need for a survival situation.
No, my safe
Now,
is full of stuff.
I have
that would never
a
be
ton of
useful in
shit
that situation.
That has no practical use whatsoever. It's just something fun to shoot.
Yep.
That's the only reason I have it, is because I want
I'm trying to
shoot it.
think of a gun that wouldn't be useful when the shit hits the
I mean,
Well, it's like my 17. Yes, I could theoretically,
yeah, the 17 is a perfect example. That gun is fun as hell to shoot.
but
But other than
Hey, squirrels,
going
in,
down to the junkyard and shooting rats at night,
squirrels in the head all day long.
yeah,
the thing is, the 17, it weighs as much as my AR.
Yeah.
When you come down
Yeah.
to it, it's in a survival situation. Yeah, I'm not grabbing my 17.
no.
As much as I love shooting it, as accurate as it is, it's
Well, here's the fact of
and
the matter.
you're not going to find 17 ammo laying
If-
around ever.
If shit got real bad and if I had to run by the safe and grab something out and grab some magazines, I ain't grabbing that 70. I'm grabbing the AR.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to
Yep.
grab.
Yeah,
I'd like to
exactly.
grab my 1919, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
something that
12.
was-
That's kind of not practical either, unless we
five-
need to mount something to the roof of your van.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
500 behind the door with the cartridge sock on the stock and the side carrier plus the full mag
There you
tube,
go.
and then all I gotta do is grab a ammo box
Yeah.
out of my closet.
So that's where I'm at with the AR.
I mean, I'll probably grab my 38 special out of my nightstand too.
Yeah.
But you know,
Yes, I mean practicality is. Now here's the fact too, man. It may be one of those deals where you don't grab your most practical
you
weapon.
grab whatever's the hell handiest.
Yeah.
That, or it may be one of those deals where you had to grab something particular right then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
You know
what
what I
you're
mean?
stuck running with when you have to run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so as far as practicality goes, I may be stuck with that 500 Magnum if something ever really bad happened.
Yeah.
That ain't my optimal situation,
No.
but it'll damn sure work.
Yeah.
I mean, I may have to.
Well, hell, I may be stuck with what I got right now.
So yeah, every one of us may have to take
I
what we got
think
in our
I'd be
pockets. and-
okay.
Yeah, I think we all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I got mine.
Well, I'm carrying my XD, so
I carry
I'll be
right?
okay.
I carry a 40. I've got a spare mag in the truck, and I grab that. And then I've got this 12 gauge here and all these barrel inserts.
I do have extra ammo
Yeah.
in the truck, but
Yeah.
yeah. All I got is my 32 Cal-Tec and two spare mags. But
But yeah, people are always talking about how,
That's something I do need to
if
try.
it's not something that you can use in a survival situation, it's not
just-
worth having.
Thinking about it,
And
I need to
it's
test and see if the
it's a
357
ludicrous
barrel insert will shoot 38 Super. It's a semi-rim.
opinion to have because
38.
people buy guns for different reasons. I mean, I don't know if you saw it or not, but a few weeks ago, Never Enough Ammo bought one of those
You got 9,
Kel-Tec carbine
Somewhere in there.
things.
right? Okay, so
No, I didn't see.
Yeah, he got one of those
okay, I don't need to
carbines,
see that.
The
little Kel-Tec carbines.
sub 2000.
I think it's sub 2009 millimeter.
Yeah.
Little carbine. It takes Glock mags.
I find
Oh.
clips that fit 9, 3,
That thing is totally impractical,
and I can find them.
but
But
it's a
Where's
fun
my
gun to
back
shoot.
cylinder gap?
Yeah.
But
I'm sorry, there's two conversations going on, and
I'm trying to whisper.
We'll discuss this tomorrow.
We got an idea. We're gonna have to try that one though.
But yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I was
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But yeah, those little carbines like that, they don't have a lot of practicality other than the fact that you can use your Glock mags in it. I mean,
Well, no, it takes
If you-
my handgun.
well,
and
if you've
extends it
already
out to
got-
150 yards.
if you've already got your Glock and but they're not that accurate out to that distance though.
Depending on what sight you put on them and what kind of carbine you got.
it's on the Kel-Tec.
I'm talking about the
Oh.
Kel-Tec Sub
I can
2000.
make that accurate.
Yeah, but
If
it
you're
won't
doing-
fold up anymore.
Yeah, it will.
It'll have.
Oh, you're thinking about that
It'll have different
1022
sights on it,
Well, it's
and
gonna
you'll
have
be able
different
to fold
sights.
it,
Yeah.
and
That's the big thing with them. You put any kind of sights on it, you can't fold it.
yeah, because it's going to take up that space, so it's not going to fold up. You're going to cut grooves, and
I'm a gunsmith. I'm just saying,
And then
I
the stock's gonna
make
fall
parts.
off.
And the pistol caliber carbine is one of the best ones I've seen. And
High Point's great.
the
They don't fold,
Mech-Tex where you slide your Glock frame on.
Yeah,
Um,
those work.
They say those are
They
for,
make-
absolutely
they
for a
make-
short range,
They make them for 1911s
then-
too.
but their main use is that they look cool. That's their main use.
Yeah.
They were
I mean,
running
they're
them
not
out
even
to.
that-
They were. God, I was watching the other day. It was on one of the YouTube channels. He was running out to 300 and
Really?
9mm carbine and
That's pushing.
pinging.
That's
Yeah,
pushing
but-
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
that's
cool
distance.
pushing.
But hold on just a second. I've also watched.
I-
Is that nothing fancy doing
Let's
that?
put it this way.
Uh,
Shoot at me with a 9mm carbine at 300 yards. Yeah, I'm not.
They've shown it'll.
hold on
it's
just a
still-
second.
Still got some. push.
Iraqi veteran has proved that you can absolutely do just what you just said.
You know, I'm not saying
And
you
I'm
can't.
talking about nailing the hell out of the target. You remember what?
Yeah.
You remember the video I'm talking about? I think
He
me and
was
you
out
watched
at
it.
some insane range,
350.
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, with a
and
9mm.
you still got
racking it up.
decent knockdown power.
But
Yeah.
now, God knows how long he shot that gun
Yeah.
before he started taking that video.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I used to be able to do some things with some of my guns when I could still shoulder one, but that's because I shot that gun a lot. I knew that gun.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's got that thing.
If we're talking long range with pistol, I don't ever want to go up against Jerry Meckelek in any
Ooh.
No.
version of
Oh my
anything.
God.
I don't want nothing more than 50 yards with my handguns, and even then, some of my handguns I don't want more than 50.
Well, even then, 50 yards. I mean, in a situation, no.
Well,
Because,
that's what,
well, no, 50 yards. I can't
yeah, no,
I can't draw and shoot
I'm not
50
aiming.
yards.
No.
No.
I'm aiming off my front sight and I'm
I mean,
doubling all 15 and
I,
dropping them
I
back
see
and grabbing
people
the
talk
next
about
one.
that all the time.
Now,
You
if
know,
I
just
can get behind
just
cover with
draw
my
point, shoot.
357,
50 yards.
no,
That's a difficult
That's-
thing to do.
That's a lot of practice.
I'm not
There,
that
there
good.
not,
Thing to
there
do
not
with
a lot of
rifle, too.
people
Yeah.
that can do that.
Pull your
I mean-
rifle up and get a shot off that quick at 50.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hard too.
But it's even harder with a pistol, though, unless that's all you
Well,
do.
well, see, hold
I
on
mean,
just a second. For me, it's not. For me, it's easier for me to do just what you just said
Yeah.
than it is with a rifle. But with that being said, me and Julie's shot our pistols over the years way more.
I was
than
gonna say
ever.
my
Well,
shotgun.
see, I've shot rifles a
You
lot
give me my
more than
shotgun and
pistols.
slugs
Usually, I
Yeah.
stick
and
with.
throwing up and hitting a moving target at 50 to 80 yards. I'm gonna hit it 4 out of 5 times.
I stick at
I
25
ain't
and
gonna-
under.
I ain't gonna give
usually
myself that much
with
leeway.
handgun.
Yeah, I can't do it anymore.
But I tell you what, man, that 44 she's got in there. I'm telling you right now, if you're at 50 yards
You're
and
dead.
start to run and Julie draws up on
Oh,
you with that
shoot.
thing, it's donezo.
If you're at 50
She is
yards,
stupid. I mean, dude, it's just pure. I don't even
I
know
don't
how
wanna
in the
hear
hell
it.
she
you
does
I
it.
wanna
give,
be-
you give Julie a 25 auto, and she's gonna hit you at a flat out run at 50 yards, drawn from her pocket.
Your damn pellet pistol with no sights on it.
Yeah, same hole. Through the same hole. No
How's she
sides.
doing?
50 feet, yeah. Never touched the gun before in her life. Pulled it up, boom. Pulled it up a second time, boom. Same keyhole.
So, some people, I mean, everybody's got their different thing. I'm sure you've shot your rifle more than, you know what I mean? You have your handgun at that kind of.
Yeah. Well, that kind of
Yardage.
distance anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
because like I said, with pistol 25 and under is usually what I stack because that's a good distance. It's probably, at 50 yards, you go out to 50 yards and
First of all, your sights are totally different for 50 yards
Well,
with a handgun
also-
than 20
Yeah.
yards.
unless
Real
I'm
big
having to
difference.
use my handgun to hunt with or something.
And that's the only reason I can do a 50
What is
yard
the
shot.
threat that I'm able to assess at 50 yards and know that it's coming to get me?
Yeah.
Unless it's a guy with a rifle.
And he's already started shooting.
And if it's a guy with a rifle, he's probably already shooting at me by that point.
We talking about a survival situation though.
But
Stuff changes. The whole game. The
that's
rules
what I'm
change.
saying though. At shorter distances, because with handgun, that's what I shoot at is for a situation.
Yeah,
I
depending
don't.
on
I figure a situation beyond that point
the rifle or
is
shotgun.
it hasn't been assessed that it's a
Oh
situation.
no. Depending on the survival situation, if I can see you, you are a threat.
Yeah, in a
Well,
certain
in a movie of the week
circumstances.
situation.
Well, now
but-
hold on, just talk like with the situations
I
we were
mean-
talking about a while ago.
Hey, in a food shortage, and I'm out in the woods, and
But
someone's
that's a whole different story than I'm going to my truck after work in a dark
Oh, yeah.
parking lot.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that's two completely different situations.
Yeah,
In a survival situation, I'm probably not
Yeah.
concealed carrying
If I see you first,
a subcompact 45.
if I see you first, I'm
I
hiding.
mean,
If I can't hide, I'm shooting.
well, see, now here's the other thing too. I don't know. I think do you have any long barrel revolvers you shoot a lot?
not anymore. I don't.
Well, see, that's the big thing.
Biggest one I got is that 22.
Again, going back to what me and Julie's used to, long barrel
Yeah.
revolvers.
You
Now
get-
we
you
had
get-
Well, see, if I
semi-automatics
still
too,
had
but
a
we-
long barrel revolver, I would also use that to hunt with, probably. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I used to have a long barrel 44 Magnum that I had a scope on it and hunted with it some.
You get something with a
And-
10-inch barrel, 357 or 44.
yes, done.
That's some
Yeah.
serious medicine out quite a ways.
Yeah.
And if you got a scope, it becomes real
Well,
serious.
see, with our shooting, we're we kind of had a perfect storm of a situation. First off, we're blessed with land to shoot on.
Yeah.
Second off, I'm blessed to have an uncle that likes to build damn targets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So our targets, when we set them up, they're set out. You know what I mean? And they're set out not just here, but in front of us. We set them on out. You know, at
Oh,
a pretty
yeah.
good distance,
Yeah.
and we fan them. So we don't just
Yeah.
shoot at near targets. You know what I mean? As we go across
Yeah.
like that, you know what I mean? It
You
goes,
got the room to shoot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cross
Hickok 45
range
would
and
probably
stuff,
piss on
yeah.
himself if he happened up on your.
It's about like it now.
Yes.
It ain't as extensive as what.
Well, his is just that one little lane that runs through that little trail
Man,
back
I
up through there.
love his
But,
range though. Dude.
Yeah,
That's a
but
plus
what I'm
setup.
saying
It's got
is
downhill,
it's just
uphill.
that little place that runs down through there. I mean, and the way you've talked about yours, you got shit all over the place.
Yeah, we got it fanned out. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I guess if we wanted to, and we had talked about it a couple times, getting the pigeon chunkers.
I got one. We got to get it out of my
Got one of
garage and
those.
bring it up here. You take it up there and set it up.
Yeah, we thought it'd be cool, because I mean, while you're going through the targets,
You can
if somebody's
stack-
chunking that
You
thing.
can
Yeah.
can stack 125 birds in that sucker, and as quick
Oh,
as that
mine's-
sucker.
Mine's a manual,
No.
and it will just about break your leg if you
And I think
screw up.
I think the one I got left. I think I kept the oscillating one too, so it oscillates too.
Oh yeah, see that'd be fun with shotguns right there.
Yeah.
That'd be all kinds of fun.
Yeah.
But those the way we got it set up down there, and it ain't like we said, okay, we're gonna get used to shooting at all distances. It was pretty much okay. Let's set this up and let's have
You know,
fun.
we got this target. Let's set here. Ooh, we got another target. Let's put this a little further
Yeah.
down and over here.
I know.
Mhm.
Yeah, the ammunition prices really killed ours. Let's go shoot all the
Yeah.
time.
That's like we've been talking about going and doing a shoot again, a speed steel shoot or something like that again. It's just
Yeah.
ammo prices
Yeah.
are so damn high.
Yeah. But I
Yeah,
think
'cause
everybody's had an
Lord
advantage.
knows we have no problem shutting the shop to go shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, to keep an eye on the Walmart and when they put their stuff on sale to clearance it out.
I've been
Season.
trying.
Well, see, we know
I've been trying to
someone.
keep
We
an
know
eye-
someone who works there,
Well, Bobby told me
and
the
all he's
other
got to
day
do is
that,
say, "Hey guys, they're putting it on sale."
well, Bobby told me the other day that the turkey stuff ought to be going on clearance.
because the season's
Any-
ended. Yeah.
And the big packs, some of those will go on clearance, but some of them they don't. Some of them they just
Toss them back.
toss them in the back.
Fall season.
Yeah, and then they keep a few of those big packs out there all year long.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
Hey, turkey loads are great for almost anything.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh, I always grab up some when they put them on clearance up there. I always grab up a few boxes of them.
My 120 gauge, Winchester Super X in number 4. Oh, I can tear stuff up.
That's what I keep all my shotguns loaded with at the house. That's I figure it's a good house round.
Yeah.
And,
And yeah, we
That's
do
another
need to do
subject.
some shooting videos.
yeah, I've had a couple
Yeah.
people say that something about
I
that too,
got
you know?
some videos of me shooting.
we got
but,
70
it's gonna be a
yards.
while before we can release any of them.
We got a 70-yard place to shoot right behind the shop.
Yeah, we could get out there and shoot something one of these afternoons.
I got a couple more boxes of 17 if we want to go play with that.
Hey, I just picked up some 22.
Yeah,
I got 12 gauge that you can play out of.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
get out my little cute one.
I was about to say this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna bust out the RGs and have a cocktail.
Oh wait, can I bring my NAA?
No,
I
it's
got
gotta
the-
be
I got the
no,
long barreled
no,
one.
No. It's gotta be RGs.
Okay, I got a couple.
We'll
of
shoot
those.
22 shorts at 70 yards.
Oh, shoot.
At
I
a
don't have my RG anymore.
I got
I
a
don't
couple.
have one at all. I don't even.
That
They're
damn
fun.
thing.
The only 22
It got to where it
pistol I've-
shaved more lead off than it shot out the end of the barrel.
The only 22 pistol I've got is that zip gun that we were trying to get to
You
work.
can use that.
properly.
You can use
You
that.
can
I'm
use
like,
that.
you won't ever shoot. I'll get 2 rounds off and be like, damn it, got to pull this thing apart and figure out the hell's
Well,
wrong with it
Oh,
again.
yeah, I can
Whatever
bring my
came of that
my Super
anyway.
Comanche with
Oh,
the
I
zip
pulled
gun on the
everything
bottom.
down, polished everything, cut feed
Because-
ramps in it,
Well, I remember we put feed ramps in
all of
that
it, and
day and put it back together.
it'll shoot 2 rounds and jam.
Yeah, because it was still doing the same.
Why
thing.
you would make a plastic bolt? That
well, the
bolt-
moral of that story is don't stop making nice 1911s to build a pile of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll make some aluminum bolts or steel bolts.
Oh, I'm gonna have
for
to
that.
work on spring rates and
That's easy enough. I got all kinds
Yeah.
of springs back there. We won't even do the math.
It's
We'll
not-
just change them.
I don't even
They
think
have
it's
zip
worth
gun.
it.
It ain't.
No,
It's
it
not
ain't.
worth
right?
it.
It ain't. Yeah, I spend too much time on lost causes. Just ask Daryl.
It was one of those things. I bought it from y'all, and I bought it. I mean, it was cheap and something to play with, and I got it to run. It ran for a while.
I bought mine for one reason only. One
Use
day,
WD-40 on
my
the
great
zip gun.
grandkid's gonna buy a
It might
house
melt
with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I cleaned it with when I sprayed it down with gun wash. I was afraid it was going to start melting it.
Well, now in those guns' defense, that one that you got, I
It
run
runs
the
great,
piss out of
yeah.
that thing.
It
I bet
runs
I
back there.
can't get mine to do anything.
Man, I bet I've ran that first day that you got
Which
yours. I bet back
generation
there
is
probably
yours?
ran 4
I don't even
magazines
know.
through it. You know, it run like
I think
that.
it's
It's the same as mine.
'Cause
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
the same as
Yours is
Jason's.
first generation.
Yeah.
First generation.
Yeah.
And I got it one time I ran.
Well, I thought the first generation was supposed to be the ones that would work if you put the spring kit in them, and then the second generation was the
Both got
ones
the spring
that
kit.
almost
Yeah.
worked to start with.
Both of
and then
them,
the ones after that, they just
both of them
Yeah.
got the seed
yeah.
stock.
Yeah.
Those were the first, I think, couple, maybe 50 to 100 of them that they released,
Yeah.
and that's what both of them got.
Okay.
Yeah, we were quick on the.
Yeah.
And mine, I mean, I've got the spring kit in it and everything, and it just, I have no idea. Like, I've got no idea what's up with
It loves you that much.
I polished everything. And
Jason, the thing is, it wants to be around for a long time for you, so it's trying to keep from getting worn out.
yeah, it's just going to sit in the gun safe. Actually, I should probably leave it out of the gun safe. Maybe somebody will steal it.
Well, I know we tried it with and without.
Well, they
the,
won't because they look at it. It doesn't
secondary,
look like a gun.
sear
Oh, I pulled all that out.
system, and yeah,
It ran better without it. It was running
it
actually
did.
semi
'Cause,
better
well,
without it.
that day that we pulled it out back there, we didn't see any difference
Yeah.
in the way it was running.
I think
But we polished everything up after that.
I got everything polished. I polished everything down to like 1,500 grit. I mean,
Yeah.
just went
Well, that was when
insane on
we
polish.
cut feed ramps in,
Yep.
and you polished everything up.
Well, let's see. What you got over there?
WD-40 and a zip gun.
Just don't expect it to
Aquanet
be.
and a Bic lighter.
Yeah.
Water detergent? Sounds like a plan to me.
I I would not rely on one in a need to rely on one
Yeah.
situation, but when it works, it's fun to shoot.
When you
Yeah.
need a gun that looks like a comm unit,
Yeah.
pick up.
Yeah.
legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely could have been built better,
Probably.
Yeah.
and it wouldn't have been much higher cost.
There's
at
a
all.
lot of guns that could be built better. It wouldn't be much
Yeah.
higher
Yeah.
cost. I've reworked a few just this past.
Remington Popper.
Actually, the one I had wasn't that bad, but I didn't shoot it a lot either. Cobra.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
Hey, look, after an hour on my bench,
Hey,
they work.
that
My
gun
brother-in-law
that
bought
you
one.
spent all that time on, you put about
Yeah.
200.
The thing is, it's $100 gun that Tracy has put 4 hours of work
Yeah.
in. And it's like, well,
You spent half a day
ugh.
polishing that gun up, reworking the parts.
And I still didn't mess with the trigger weight.
It functioned flawlessly after that. But damn, the gun would cost somebody, if you got your money back in bench fees on that gun, it cost them
Yeah, they
about
might as well go buy. They
$400.
might as well go buy a Keltec.
Shit, you may as well buy a fucking Springfield.
Yeah, or
Good luck getting a Keltec right now.
Well, good
Yeah.
luck getting too
Good
many
luck
guns.
getting anything right now.
What time is it, boys?
About 7:30.
oh, it's 7:30.
Oh, damn.
Your wife's here.
Well, y'all,
Yeah,
we
we're
kept them up late tonight.
yeah, we sure did.
Sure did. Y'all remember to go over to Gun Channels, www.gunchannels.com/Andalusia Armory. Sign up.
Yeah,
It's a good place to be.
yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff goes on.
Oh yeah, a lot of good shows.
Check our Facebook out and Twitter, Pinterest, and all that shit, or just call us here at the shop, 334-222-4867.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Jason for popping in
I'm 2 minutes away.
all the way from the chat room to the gun shop
Did I
you
miss
go.
any chat?
in a matter of minutes.
Oh,
Yeah,
we did one chat joke.
No, we annihilated him while before you.
Oh, really? Damn. Missed that.
I mean, it was about 20 minutes of nothing but Chet stand up.
oh,
We love you, chat.
Hey, what's the difference between Chet and a rock?
what?
Nothing. Just kidding, Chet. We didn't really say that.
Yeah,
That was somebody else.
It's all right that you like My Little Pony. He sends me
Oh, no, I
a
think-
picture of grips to Duracoat his gun that looked that bad. I'm just going to do My Little Pony on it. I swear.
I'm just saying we should do it anyways.
It's going to be.
Because it's paint. We can take it off and redo
The
it.
only downside is it's my old 1911, so I kind of feel bad about it because I've done a lot of work to that.
Paint that son of a bitch white with purple strip on the top and back there on the back, put candy, like little peppermints and stuff back there on the back side of the slide.
well, on that note,
We out?
to steal a ending phrase, yeah, go visit Gun Channels, sign up, join in some chats, have a grand old time.
Yes.
Next week we'll change the camera angle and I'll switch chairs for the show.
Oh, yeah, for the track. Okay.
Oh yeah,
People
yeah.
like that. Well, I'm Daryl.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
We'll have to take everything out back.
Yeah.
It won't get through the doors.
yeah.
Well,
Well,
you
we
know
can do
what?
that.
Or
Shouldn't
we
be
could
that
take
difficult.
your little camera, go outside.
Yeah, we could do that. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure something out. We can play with it.
Oh, yeah.
And then.
Well, y'all come see us next week. Sorry it was a slow start today, but we'll see y'all next week at 6. I'm Daryl.
Jason.
I'm Tracy.
And I'm Sean.
Keep your powder dry.